And we're live.
So
Welcome.
Vader, if we were to eat Zurag, how many rations would that be?
Oh, Zurag?
Yeah.
Easily 30 rations.
But if you were
Pretty
to,
good.
if you were to somehow butcher Ressig while they were in their giant form, would that like shrink back down, or would it remain at its original size?
Alright.
That's a good question. Do you revert when you fall to 0?
Hey, I didn't
More
say anything about being
hypothetical.
dead for harvesting meat.
I mean, usually when you butcher something, it's dead.
I
Well,
believe
theoretically,
I
You don't
do.
have to be.
I believe I do revert when I hit 0.
Ah, well then your turkey legs would just be regular chicken legs.
yeah, because I was
Um,
curious if we had somebody turn into a dire boar, right? And then we cast regeneration on them. Could we harvest that meat forever?
No, because it doesn't continuously regenerate them. Just regenerate. I mean, unless you have the spell components. But I don't think you guys are that rich.
We just keep
Trying.
regenerating. We feed people forever. That's what we could have done. We could have brought the Hydra to a town and just served Hydra heads a la carte.
Yeah, that would have been a great idea. Bring a live Hydra to a town.
And I don't know how
Well,
edible it would
Just have
be
to
because
break
don't
it
they
so
have
it knows what it is.
poison?
I think we established it was venom.
yes, venom, and
venom.
usually, like in reptiles, venom is stored in like a sac that's usually in the head. So if you remove the head, everything else is edible.
But that's the part that Chug's talking about harvesting. I guess
Well,
you
we
could
could
will
just
say,
remove the
get the neck.
glands.
get the
Yeah.
neck
What-
meat.
Head, as in like the immediate head. Yeah, you could definitely get the neck meat, which would be quite long. But hey, you guys are in lizard folk territory, so if you happen to want to start eating each other, you might be looked favorably upon. 'Cause lizard folks are canonically cannibalistic.
Is anyone else on the stream at the moment? Because
Yeah, I got
According
it
to
open,
them.
but I don't have the.
according to Zone, they can't hear us. So, but it's unmuted, so there should be sound.
I hear us, but
I hear-
Okay.
I don't know if I hear us.
Yeah.
You
I don't think I
know
hear us either.
how the what the.
I hear y'all.
I hear the echo.
Same.
I don't.
We usually don't have it open. Hold on.
That was fantastic banter for it not to be heard.
Yep.
I was on my A game there.
It comes on my like. I hear sound if I open it up.
I literally have no sound. And I'm still on the we'll be right back screen.
I had to turn mine like almost all the way up. 100%
No.
for me.
Okay, I restarted it. Let
Okay.
me see. Okay. Now I have sound.
All right.
That was weird.
I don't know. Try refreshing your Twitch.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll work.
Refresh there, Z. I also know for a fact that they don't have their headphones for today, so they might just not be able to hear us.
Oh well. That makes problems.
But as
Professionals.
long as we can hear each other.
We are professionals at what we do.
Let's do this. You hear us now.
Okay, well I'm gonna lower that back down so I can't hear myself. Alright guys. There's something serious that I've been needing to talk to you all about. It was brought to my
Jehovah?
attention. No, Genova. Have you heard about our mother and savior Genova?
Yes.
No.
Praise be to the meteor.
It has been brought to my attention that they are making another Mithrigan movie, and I'm here to say that this does not need to be done.
The Who What movie?
Mithrigan?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So it's Megan, but they used a 3 as the E. The robot girl movie,
Oh,
where
no,
like you know,
thanks.
your classic AI cyborg trope, where like the
Oh, we saw
you know,
the
gets a little
movie.
too smart, gets a little too crazy. Yeah. So, well, they're making another one. And according to the trailer, in this one, she's fighting. They bring her back. They bring Mithrigan back to fight another robot girl in a dress. And I can't think of anything that would make a better movie. Other than that. Sorry, a worse movie other than that. It makes no sense to me why.
About to say, I think I would rather watch paint dry.
Sorry, I had to abandon
think I'd
making
my
my
paint
food
the-
to run back to
think
talk
it-
about this. Vader,
come
you
back.
just described the plot of Terminator 2.
Well, see, at least in Terminator 2, they gave the T-1000, I believe that's what he was, the cool liquid metal. Or was that? Yeah, that's 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, T-1000.
It's just
Yeah.
JJ.
And starting at the beginning, Terminator didn't suck.
Yeah,
Whereas,
exactly. Yeah.
You know, you start with a turd, and
It
you
all
still end
started
up
when
with
she didn't compliment my shoes.
What's funny is like the first Terminator is this like horror movie, and then I don't think the Terminators were ever scary again. They were
Was it
cool as
just action
hell.
movies after that?
Yeah,
Yep.
I have a friend who will forever sit there and say that one of the scariest things as a kid was the first Terminator movie where like the skin falls off. He's like,
Yep.
that scars me.
Well, I just had to express my disdain for the fact that they're making another stupid Mithrigan movie, and it looks even stupider than the first one.
Yeah, we watched it.
I don't know. Third time's the charm.
It's just robot children violence. But anywho, I told you guys about my weekend, and you guys told me a little bit about yours. How are we doing tonight, my players?
Making tacos.
Fucking tacos. Oh, is that another Kinder toy there?
Yes.
I like that.
Good lord.
Yeah, isn't it cute? Cute
It's
little
very
I'm
drag.
gonna choke on it.
Ain't gonna eat it. Where's the last one? Where's the last
There
one?
he is. Do they go together?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
Does that guy have a cool name like Scald?
I don't think it had a name, but I add with my little collection. See, Silva wouldn't want me to get any of the Kinder eggs. I'm like, why not?
He doesn't want you to choke and die.
I ain't gonna joke and die.
That's what they all said.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got banned in the U.S.
Yeah. Oh lord. Well, let's do a little recap, and then immediately push Merc off of this cliff.
He'll do that for you.
I'm surprised because I
have
didn't
no
think it was
doubts.
Merc you want dead. I'm 100% certain it was Zurak. Just to get rid of that fucking
Listen,
axe.
I don't
Just
I don't want-
FYI, I don't have Featherfall.
want any of you guys dead. Do I want to hurt you for the plot? Yes. But death, not on my menu. Not ever. Speaking of Zurak's axe. Let's talk
we're
about
changing crits.
Yeah, we're changing our crits. It's gonna be it's just gonna be the max number on your damage die plus your roll plus your damage modifier, which is still giving Zurak a pretty heavy crit, seeing as he's using 2d12s because of his weapon.
With his modifier plus 15, so I mean,
Yeah.
if he does great weapon master.
Yeah, that too.
So same
think
rules
that's
as
really
my game.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Which should be the same rules for all the other ones too.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yes.
I've decided there's no crits allowed anymore. If you guys roll a natural 20, that means my monsters do double damage.
I don't like that.
You guys were safe from Merc forever.
I know you rolled really good
Merc.
last time.
If I know it roll a nat 1, does that mean they miss too?
If you roll a nat 1, my creatures do triple damage.
No.
I got
We're
us
all
all
gonna
killed,
die.
sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Plus a status
Sorry, Merc.
effect.
You're dead.
We're screwed.
Who wants to go last across the bridge? Merc? Okay, and I take my dagger, and there's a rope here.
Yep. Merc rolls a 1. The bridge snaps, wraps around his neck, ripping his head out of his spinal cord.
I just got
And,
Claytoned.
Yeah, and then his body falls to the river below and is eaten by
But somehow,
chimpanzees with
The
lasers.
black
Louis is
dragon
12.
skull.
Follows behind.
But somehow the black dragon skull is still tangled up in the bridge and just dangling there. It survived.
Yep.
He didn't.
He didn't. R.I.P. We will miss him. Well, let's start tonight's session off with a little recap. Last time, the Hunt Lords fought the undead citizens of this little tribal village they had come across, plus the reinvigorated Hydra, which spawned multiple heads and, well, upper torsos, giving it the ability to grapple and toss you guys around. Which that ability was used on Merc to toss him through the air. You guys fought these zombie lizard folks and the undead Hydra, as well as a Yuan-Ti sorcerer of sorts. It was a bit of a battle, but you guys came out on top, as you usually do. And as you were recuperating from this fight, one of the heads from the Hydra rose up and spoke to Millie with a raspy voice, claiming that this jungle was theirs, and that this was a warning for you all to leave. And leave you did. Traveling through the jungle yet again, heading towards the break in the trees that Adelaide had discovered as she climbed to the top of the trees at the camp. On your way there, you were visited by some monkeys who stole Millie's hat, which she brutally murdered it.
Technically, I didn't
most
kill it.
Coldest way ever.
It was Merc. I tried not to kill it.
You froze it solid and it dropped from the ground, and before it could hit the ground, Merc baseball swung at it, shattered it. But hey, at least you got your hat back. Fuck those monkeys, right?
I have my priorities. It's a nice hat.
Yep. Yep. Let
Our monster, Millie. Ugh.
Millie shouted out a warning to the jungle, like, "Don't fuck with me, I'll murder all of you." To which the monkeys ran away, but not before one of them could turn around, bare its fangs, and do the little fingers to the eyes, pointing at Millie. Their revenge shall be had.
Sven really has like a mental breakdown that Adelaide has to comfort her through.
But you guys continued with not much more excitement going on until you finally make it to the break in the trees that Adelaide had directed you to. And hoping for a pathway, it instead led you to a jungle ravine. And to a moss-covered, rickety wooden bridge stretching over 100 feet across this ravine that drops over 100 feet down into the jungle below. As you guys stood here, the wind whipped through this ravine, making this rope bridge sway and creak as the ropes groaned with the motion. And that is where we left off. You guys now stand here in front of this bridge, the only way across this ravine. The winds are heavy and come in gust. What do you do, Hunt Lords? What do you do?
Roll order dice.
Yes, that's what we do.
That was
One of
last
these
game.
days I will remember. Yeah, let's get rid of those. Pow pow pow. Pow pow pow. Starting fresh. Let's start with Adelaide. Roll us our first order or disorder die.
That's for you. That's a 2.
That's a 2. That's 1 for me.
One for us.
1 for you. Oh, Merkelurk.
Alright. Hey, it's one for us.
Another 1 for you. Ressig.
Another one for us.
1 for you. You stingy bastards. Zurag.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
Invader with the last one.
See how it is.
Oh, there you
For
go.
me, a 1. Oh, my new rule means I get all of the dice when I roll a 1.
If we get a 6, do we get all of it?
I know, if you get a 6, I get double the order dice. See, it's really a 1 for me, 2 for me type of deal.
It's like when I used to
Okay,
play
this doesn't
Second
sound
with
like
my
a
dad.
team sport anymore.
Oh, it's definitely a team sport, but it's you 5 against me, my 1. So I need the advantages on all of the stuff. So, you know,
That's not what it do. That's what it do, you.
that's what it do, Yug.
Pot agreed. Let them get 17 disorder dice.
Yes. Okay, well, now that that has been rolled, the bridge stands in front of you. An aged rope bridge constructed of thick, mossy covered cords supporting dark planks of wood. Across it already, you can already see that there's some gaps that will have to be traversed. And as the wind sways, this does not look like it's going to be a walk in the park. Discuss amongst yourselves how you plan to attempt this obstacle.
Can I roll a perception to see how the rope is by comparison to the wood? Is it rotting, or is it just...
You can roll perception.
Dirty 20. So I
Well,
want
the
to
dirty
check out
20
the quality of the rope and the wood, basically.
So the rope on this side seems, be pretty thick. It seems to be well, well spun. Like I said, it's moss covered, so you're not really able to tell any type of age. It's definitely damp and wet, and so is the wood. And the wood is kind of slick due to the wet grime that is built up on it. Just by looking at this rope, you can tell that this is going to be a one person at a time type deal. Any more might put too much stress.
Merchant appear across too.
I'm not allowing any other checks, but okay, that natural one suits you. It's fine, Merc. Run across this thing.
Merc, the dragon skull opens, like Merc pokes his head out, and he goes, "Looks like stout construction, everyone." Takes a step.
I love nothing more than the fact that you got a 1 and a 20.
That one is for a total of 0, by the way, Vader, just to make sure we...
Oh, I know it. I know it. So as you step onto the wood, the rope immediately groans underneath the weight, and you could hear like subtle pops and cracks from the planks of wood underneath your feet. You can just hear now your weight adding a little tautness. There's a little bit of like vibration shaking through each plank and each rope that tethers the two ends to each other.
Adelaide, seeing that, will cast Reduce on Mark.
On Merc?
Aren't you going through the bridge? You're heavy, so.
The skull is also on him.
You will see Merc probably fall face down, unable to lift the skull anymore.
I know you should reduce the skull.
That's on creature or object.
Oh, I can cast it on an object. I will. Okay, so I will cast it on the skull then, because I thought I could only cast it on a creature.
Okay.
But I'm gonna target you, Merc.
Can I use an order die for a moment? So the skull's been around Merc's, like, over the top of Merc's head, so it Q-bones to his face right now.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's still a loose fit.
Yeah, but I like to think that it's still Q-bones on, like, a helmet.
Yeah.
Merc will go, "Whoa, I can see much better now." Well, everyone, the bridge seems pretty secure, pretty strong. Definitely safe, yes. Takes another step.
Well, I'd like you guys to kind of tell me your plan before we start moving here.
What if I told you Merc was just gonna go across the bridge?
Then I'd say roll me initiative.
Ooh.
Are we gonna be doing like some sort of check while we're going across the bridge? I assume every so many feet.
Find out.
Dexterity, maybe.
Fuck around and find out.
So to the party, Merc does not have a single spell to do anything. So his only option here is to cross the damn bridge. So if you guys want to be like, we could do things, you have to tell him.
Well, I think Millie would probably have kind of like, hey, this is what I think about the bridge before I just let you run off cross. Like, I checked it out. It's kind of mossy, kind of slippery, kind of aged. Not entirely sure how the whole thing will hold up there, buddy. But I'm glad your skull got smaller, because we're going to need that.
So this is what Adelaide wants to do. She would like to conjure 2 giant eagles that could help carry people over.
I love this. I really love this. I'm going to throw a wrench in your plan here. Heavy winds are going to make flying across this ravine very difficult.
Okay.
So you can do that, but it's going to be difficult.
Okay. I mean, I'm concentrating on reduce right now because conjure animals is also a concentration, so I can't do two things at once. So I would wait and see for Merc to cross. But her plan is, if he does go down, she would conjure animals and try to get him to, try to have them pick him up if he's falling.
Millie's plan is I have winged boots, so I'm going to just hold the rope and then use my boots to cross without having any pressure on the wood, but maintaining stability by holding onto the rope and then just kind of going across.
As Merc starts to move towards the bridge, Ressig will... You said there's like vines and moss growing all along the bridge?
Yep.
It's not going to be much because it's only a cantrip, but I am going to essentially try to use Druidcraft to strengthen the vines and growth that's already there. And keep, while I'm kind of sitting there focusing on making that reinforced, I will watch the Merc cross and try and call out if I see anything breaking.
So which part of Druidcraft are you using to do this? Your tiny harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather? Or the flower blossom, or the seed pod opening, or a harmless sensory effect, falling leaves or a puff of wind, or maybe you're gonna snuff out a candle.
Okay, well, I was basically trying to flavor it as well. I'm not making leaves bloom. I'm basically just trying to help along the.
So what you're thinking of is plant growth.
Yeah.
What you're thinking of is plant growth or something like that. That's a totally different spell.
Well, I am a fighter with nothing to do, so I'll stand there and watch Merc and call out if anything breaks.
Just swing your sword at the ropes.
That is not gonna happen.
Merc will pull at a rope and throw it back, tie one end around his waist and throw it back towards the rag. Just be like, it'll still hurt a lot, but at least I'll hit a cliffside and not the ground.
Can we tell the length of it? Would we be able to tell? Hey, this one thing of rope isn't long enough to.
I think we
get
need
you across there, buddy.
Rope.
Yeah, you could easily tell that it's.
We have more than one rope.
Much more than 50 feet.
I know. I'm just saying we're gonna have to hook at least two together.
Yeah, I have rope.
Would we like for me to cross first, and then we can try to put the rope on either end and then use that as a more stable, fresher piece of rope? Or maybe before each person goes over, I can guidance you?
you definitely give Merc guidance. Merc's gonna go first because
I'm trying to decide if bless or guidance would be better here.
Well, the thing is if Merc slams into the wall, he might survive that. If Millie falls, she's going to try to use her wing boots and probably get buffeted through the ravine for a long time. We need Millie.
I would technically be holding on to the crappy rope, so.
Okay, let's just. Okay, so I have a plan. What if I turn into something slithering or an insect and then crawl to the other side with the rope?
I would say something that's kind of got more sticky feet would be better. So it's insect or some sort of lizard.
Yeah, not without flying because of the winds. I could then go be holding the ropes. That's the bridge, and then get to the other side. I can tie it up on that side, so we have a secure something that if we fall, we have something to hold on to.
If you were a snake, couldn't you just go along the ropes?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be better. So I could get to the other side and then tie it to something. And then everybody could just like hold on to that rope while they're crossing the bridge.
Are those stone pillars there?
Yeah, they're part of the
Okay.
rope.
Would that fall under my perception check of the bridge? Are those looking solid?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that you guys okay with that plan?
It's
One
fine
way or
with
the-
me. Like I'm with
Yeah.
them, or I'm kind of in the same boat as them. All I can do is walk across. So
Yeah, same. And you and Millie go across. And there's two on one side, because you guys can get over no problem. It's the three of us.
I wouldn't say no problem for Millie.
Well,
I wouldn't say
she's-
no problem for either of you.
well, less problem.
So the thing, what I will say is Merc's big concern is if we send Millie across, if she is jumped without a martial character on the other side, and Merc will say, if she doesn't have a bodyguard and she's jumped on the other side, isn't she just going to get like beat up? Aren't they just gonna take her and leave?
No.
So
I'm-
can I, Vader? Can I ask you a question? Now that Merc
That's
has
it.
come back, can we rewind and say that I did not cast reduce on his skull? Is that okay? No. Okay, that's fine.
We're developing a
Alright.
plan.
Yeah. So I, huh?
That we're developing a
Sorry.
plan.
As the time goes on, the skull just gets
Yeah.
larger, and Merc goes like, "Oh, damn."
No, I mean it.
A while, doesn't
It
it?
lasts
It's a
for a
minute.
while.
It's a minute.
Yeah, that is true.
We may need to go into an issue so the skull stays the right size.
Ressig is lighter than Merc is. So if Millie's gonna fly across holding the rope and kind of like guiding herself over the bridge, Ressig can follow, and then she's not alone.
Merc is very
Or-
emphatically going to say Millie should go over in the middle of this group at some point. Not.
Well,
at the
hold on.
start.
Let me first go there and tie the rope.
I don't think that's going to be a guaranteed thing. But yes, you are the only one who could turn into anything that flies.
Well, I'm gonna turn into a snake.
Well, yes, but can you turn into a snake or can you turn into a bird while as a snake? If you were to fall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That is what Merc's trying to verify. Because in Merc's mind, if the bridge snaps, even if Millie has a rope, there is a chance she just goes flying.
As
Yeah.
far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can't wild shape from one animal to another.
I can't.
I think you have to come out of your wild shape and then wild shape again. I could be wrong.
Not one.
No. What?
The actual wild shape, not the comment.
I wasn't expecting the
Because
sound.
action might assume shape of the beast that you have seen before. You can use this feature twice. You regain extra. As the beast, you can.
See what Google says.
Uh,
Can you wild shape?
You then revert to your normal form unless you expend. Yeah, you revert. It says you then revert to your normal form unless you expend another use of this feature. You can revert to your bleh. Earlier by using a bonus action on your turn. You automatically revert if you fall. Oh, you automatically revert if you fall unconscious. While you are transformed, the following rules apply. Your game selects that. Oh, where the hell? Where did it go? Um.
I don't know how reliable it is, but Reddit says that you could change from animal to manimal while wild shaping.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's not like
I see
I'm
that on Reddit
concentrating
as
on it.
well, but it says DM if the DM allows.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
say that you can or doesn't say that you can't.
Yep. So I guess it depends.
But
on
I
if
could do
wanna
it like
be
you.
cool.
It doesn't take me like if I fall, I can come back and then turn back. I mean, it's like 100 feet down, right?
Oh, it's hundreds with an S. I'm not
Yeah,
giving you the
so-
exact amount because I wanted to be surprised when you guys hit the ground.
Shit, it might be like 20 feet.
No,
Yeah.
wait, do you mean like hundreds down, or do you mean like hundreds to fall? Or like what is it?
It's hundreds of feet down.
Okay.
You look down and you're like, we do not want to fall.
We see
Yeah.
clouds.
That'll hurt.
Yeah.
I do.
How many
I
feet
have
can you
had to
fall,
look
do you
up.
fall per quote unquote round?
I've looked that up. 500.
Mm. That's not
So
good.
Yeah, it's
You
a
fall
lot.
real fast.
The good news is if Zerg gets mad right before he hits the ground, he might survive.
Either
But
way,
the
I
thing
think
is,
whoever
range
crosses
isn't
should
a
have a rope.
reaction.
Yeah. Um.
I think within 500 feet, I'd get pretty mad.
I am going to rule though that you can change from wild shape to wild shape though. I think that's pretty cool. So
Okay.
that is an option for you.
I mean, if you're falling a lot, I'll have time to change back because it doesn't take me.
As long as
It's-
yeah, as long, is
yeah.
it a reaction to turn?
No.
You fall immediately.
Hear me out. A fly. Got the sticky feet.
I'm not going to
If
answer
I
any more
fall
questions.
immediately,
Wait.
it's.
I am not answering. I'm refusing any further questions at this moment. You guys tell me what you want to do. We will address what happens when it happens. There's a
But-
bridge. You must cross it. Heavy winds. Go.
Looking up
Flying
and down the
squirrel?
ravine, does it ever lower?
Oobly. Flying squirrel.
Flying squirrel.
Because
I
then you
have
have
a-
the little
I
fat
have to
flaps
have
to
seen
glide
it.
down.
I know, but I have to have seen it. I don't
you
think I
have
have.
traveled most of
Yeah.
Faerun, or the Sword Coast.
I mean, fuck, I could just be a little bird carry the rope. I don't have to be a humongous thing.
Flying is difficult. A spider.
I could just like
Flying is difficult, not impossible.
Yeah.
I'm not taking flying completely off the table for you guys. It's difficult, but not impossible.
I'm just suggesting something to walk across, and then if something bad happens, you have wings as a backup.
Yes.
something to glide.
What about a spider? Because if I fall, I could just like web. Because spiders don't fall.
Spiders don't spider like Spider-Man. The web does not shoot out as much as they kind of like stick it to a thing.
Technically speaking,
Okay, well-
all
weave it
spiders
as you
use it as a
walk.
parachute.
I'll tell you this, Zurag, would you? So I'm thinking at this point we have at least 3 things of rope tied together, because I don't know how far the bridge is, right?
Yeah, we know we need at least 2 of them.
Yeah. So better to be, because then we need more to tie onto this side and that side. So let's say 3 things of rope tied together. Zurag, can you tie it to something on this side? Because if I fall, I'm holding on to the rope. I'll probably get smashed onto the side of this mountain or whatever it is, but I'll
I
be
hate
holding
to
on
be
to
a
something.
Debbie Downer. How is? Hear me out, guys. So we suggested a spider, a squirrel.
We
and a
haven't
small
decided.
bird.
I haven't decided
No,
yet.
we've suggested these things. That's all I'm saying. A hempen
Yes.
rope. I don't know if you've ever seen one. It's pretty heavy.
I don't know.
I thought you were gonna transform and have to go back twice.
What?
But because how do you want to work? Because you can't tie it off and then drag the rope. Is gonna be the problem.
No, Zurek's gonna tie the rope on this side to something, and I'm gonna take the other end to the other end. I'm not coming back.
Alright.
You guys are gonna hold on to the rope and cross the bridge.
Have you seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail? A 6-ounce
No.
bird cannot carry a 1-pound coconut.
I don't have
For the
to be 6 ounces. Calm down. Chuck!
Or you could just walk across as Adelaide. And
Yeah,
then
if I
you
fall, I
turn
can turn
a
into
bird.
something.
Yeah.
But I'm holding on to the rope, so even if I fall, I'll be like, there's a to the
At
side
that
of
point,
the mountain.
I mean, if if I'm tied to a rope, you
Nope.
can just pull me back. Fight the wind, guys. I believe.
Exactly. I'm like, I mean, I would have like
I
broken
won't smack
bones,
the wall.
but
I'll just be flying.
You'll be flying this way until you lose your grip on the rope.
I say just
I will
have
walk as
walk with it.
Adelaide across the bridge with the rope, which is tied to this end of the bridge or whatever the stone. I will walk across the bridge as Adelaide without transforming.
How good is Adelaide at athletics checks? And
Not good.
acrobatics? Because when you
Acrobatics.
hit the gaps in the wood, there's gonna be this moment of what I will call Adelaide falling.
Yeah, I'll turn into a bird. God damn. No, we got. I can do stuff.
Then the rope is stuck.
No, it's not. I will turn into a fucking giant eagle and carry the goddamn rope. Chug. It's better than carrying the humongous skull.
Oh, everything's better than carrying the humongous skull. I think that Merc was smart. I am just. Chugman is trying to practically keep us alive.
Lose the skull then.
I have
No, never.
So like the skulls, it now like is smaller, right? Would that
Yeah.
fit inside of the bag?
It
Not
won't
anymore.
last.
Oh shit! We could have shrunk it, thrown it in the bag of holding, and then let it bloom up again.
If it reverts, though, it would probably destroy the bag from inside.
But the
The
bag
bag
is like
does have a
a
limited
pocket
space.
dimension, right?
It has a limited space.
Alright.
It's not
They
infinite.
can carry like 500 pounds worth of stuff, though, right?
And
Yeah, it has all my bones in it.
And
Yeah, I was gonna
that's
say,
the
wouldn't
other
it be
problem.
really cool if you replaced the skull with your bone monstrosity you're about to make with a dragon skull head?
That's just one bone then.
Merc's so thoughtful.
You just throw out like a finger bone from a goblin and replace it with the dragon skull. But anyway, what are we doing to cross this bridge? ADD crew.
Okay, so Zureg, I figured you were tying a rope to something strong on this side.
Perception check. Is there anything strong on this side?
We said
You
that
look strong.
Stone pillars.
the stone pillars, Vader said, were sturdy.
Mm-hmm. Seems sturdy enough.
Yeah, the stone pillar's
Double-
sturdy
if
until the
we-
cliff falls off.
You say sturdy enough?
If we have 3 lengths
Oh,
of rope,
man.
which we do, we can
Are there
daisy
trees nearby?
chain, daisy chain tie. So we could tie to the stone pillar number 1, tie to stone pillar number 2, anchor to a big fucking tree nearby. Distribute weight to not
3 points
fall
of
and fall.
contact.
Yes.
So,
Same goes on the other side.
For- yeah, Merc is gonna go ahead and put the dragon skull down and sit on it and enter the thinker pose as he stares at the bridge. Alright, that's all I wanted.
See,
I almost
I mean,
you should hold the skull like
figured it
you
lo-
would do like a soliloquy with yourself.
has it been a minute now? Have your skull grown back to
Oh,
normal?
absolutely. We've been talking for like at least 10.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna spend an order die. When Merc sits on it, it enlarges really fast and fucking shoots him into the ravine. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. Continue on.
I was thinking something much worse.
Vader, you could have made tacos. See, I told you. We were going to do this for a while.
Merc,
Damn, yeah, I should have started and just made tacos.
Merc will turn. There's like a little bit of a grin on his face as he goes, Millie, to cross this ravine, answer these questions 3.
What is your quest?
Is your favorite color?
Okay, so Adelaide will tie the other end of the rope to her waist, and somebody could like slowly
Guidance
release the
too,
rope.
don't you?
Huh?
You have guidance?
No,
No. Okay.
no. But give like, what do you call it? Like,
I was trying to figure out a way to like chain it together. If you had bless or guidance and I blessed or guidance you, you'd cover all of the bases.
oh yeah, I don't.
Delay.
Yeah, so like hold on to the rope and just like slowly release it little by little as I go.
Merc will grab the rope and he'll go, I have you. Go.
Well, Ressig said he was going to stand at the bridge and call out for any movement or breakage of the bridge, so I can also help guide the rope while I'm standing there.
Alright, we're doing this. Adelaide is gonna go take a walk on a bridge.
As she walks by Merc will pat her on the shoulder and he'll go, you were a good friend, Adelaide.
Why are you speaking in past
Mil-
tense?
Millie's gonna give her guidance.
Okay. So Adelaide's going first with a rope tied around her waist, being slowly let out by Ressig. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, move yourself to this here square. This one. This one. This one. And roll me initiative.
Are we all rolling it? Right.
Yep.
I assume I don't have disadvantage because I am sitting on the skull.
Why would you have disadvantage?
I have disadvantage on everything if I am carrying the skull rope, but right now I'm not. Right?
No. Yep. Okay. So Adelaide, you begin to walk out onto this rope. Again, each footstep sends groans through the wood and creaks. Groans through the ropes and creaks through the wood, and you can feel the tautness of the rope now. Now kind of sending little hums of vibration through this entire thing. As you take steps forward, the wind whistles through the strands and kind of takes you along with it, swaying this rope bridge from side to side. You're gonna be moving at half speed here.
Okay.
So I need you to make a acrobatics check.
12.
12. Step out onto the plank.
Did you add your D4? Sorry, she did her first check.
Oh, D4.
Sorry.
15.
Okay, 15. As you take your first step onto this next square here, I'll move before you.
Thanks.
You slip a bit on the moss-covered wood, and you have to like grab on to the sides of the rope, and to keep yourself from falling down. And it just sends a shake of vibrations through this wood. Yeah, as you're just like catching yourself, and it's already, you can tell this is going to be a treacherous walk. So you move your first. So that was 5. How much movement speed you got? 25. So yeah, you're moving
25.
You're moving at 10. Successful first movement. You are now completely over the open, the on the map, how you see it, that is way below you. You are now in the air. And as the wind whips by, I need you to give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, damn it. That's a 7.
Okay, so as
Oh,
the
do I
wind,
add the 4?
One
no, you were
time.
just guidance. So
Guidance. Yeah.
so as you step forward now over this ravine, swaying as much as you can, a gust of wind comes and catches you, and you feel the whole thing, like the part that you're not on moves first, and you watch it in front of you just kind of ripple and kind of come at you in a wave, and as it gets to you, it starts to like turn sideways, and you begin to like lose your grip, and then you slip again, and now you're hanging off the side.
Okay.
That was your movement. You're hanging
Can
off
I
the
action
side.
dash?
You have to climb back up as an action.
I'll do that.
Okay, give me athletics.
Do I add 4 to it? No.
Nope.
That's 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
So this happens all simultaneously. So as you like slip off, you go to pull yourself up, and as you lift like one hand up to grab part of the rope and pull yourself up, that part that you're holding, between the two knots, snaps off, and you begin to fall. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Since I'm holding the rope, do you want me to do anything?
Not yet.
It flew away.
Where?
Behind you.
Can I use
That's
a speak
15.
action?
You can use the speak action, but let me hear what this. What'd you say there?
15.
Okay, 15. So you grab on, just barely grab on. You're now hanging from the bottom of this rope. What's
As
your speak action?
Merc goes, oh well, quest is done.
Yep.
I
Quest is
used my
done.
action, otherwise I would have just thorn whipped him right there.
Whip his ass off.
Fucking Adelaide Balrog's Merc.
That would have been so fucking great. So you guys see as Adelaide goes across, and like, again, this wind hits, and she gets flung down. She's trying to grabs on, goes to pull herself up. That little like rope handheld between the knots snaps, causing her to fall. She just grabs onto the bottom. This bridge like sags and starts bouncing. It's shaking and vibrating, and she's now hanging from the bottom. Millie, that is your turn. What are you gonna do to help?
Problem is, I don't have a whole lot I can do. I buff for damage. I don't buff for life. And healing.
You can firebolt the bridge.
There's an idea. Yeah.
We throw Zurag's axe off the bridge. Hear me out.
Sacrifice it to the wind gods.
Oh yeah, you look at the pillars and it says throw the barbarian's weapon off of the ridge and you may pass unabated.
The other side, it says throw the paladin off the bridge.
Yes.
Looks like I'm going for a dive, guys.
I need two sacrifices.
Adelaide's gonna yell, try to hold the bridge straight, like hold the
Yeah,
ropes of
I
the
was gonna say,
bridge.
can I try to like help brace the like the rope or something like that? Try to like reduce the amount of wiggle.
Doesn't look like you're gonna be able to do that. By the way the wind is making this thing move and stuff. I will say, with each person on it, the more taut the rope seems to get. So it seems to be it seems like adding weight, it might add a little bit more sturdiness to it.
So like just like step up right next to Ressig with it still being on the cliff face, but not on not over the edge of the bridge. Could cause tension though. That could potentially cause problems.
Merc will go. Millie, I might have an idea if you want to give me a shot at it.
Millie will look over and be like, "Okay, what you got for me?"
He pats the skull, which if it fell off the bridge, oh well. To add more weight, bring it
could-
more taut.
Guess we could do that. But I'm gonna need your help moving it.
He nods in 15 in initiative.
Alright. So can it be like a dual action since he goes after me that we could both kind of move it?
You're gonna move it on. Both of you are gonna move it onto the bridge.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
Merc can carry this thing. He just pick it up and set it down.
Okay. That's fine with me. They don't have a whole lot that I could do to assist. It's a bit of a bummer. But let's go with that plan.
If you got any ideas, go for them.
The only other thing that I can think of is if there's a wave pattern in the bridge, if you hit it with a different wave pattern, it stops the wave pattern, and that's science, and my brain just keeps going to that. But I don't think that would even help us here, because I don't see that working well.
Love the science.
We could break the wave pattern, and we could make the jiggling stop. But I know Millie doesn't have that kind of strength to do that.
You could totally Shrek this bridge.
And if you do enough that, though, it could also disrupt the integrity of the weak stuff.
Millie,
so
can you freeze the bridge?
I mean, I could try, but again, what if the expansion of the damp wood causes problems? Chugman's over there like, oh, you're thinking way too deep about this. And Vader's just, thank you for the ideas.
DM goes, here's an idea, guys. And everybody's like, what if we do anything but that? I'm like,
I'll just, yeah, that's fine. Let's just put a little bit of weight on it.
Where'd he go?
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at, and then you can have Merc put some of the skull there, or cause like, I'm gonna stand into Zaresic. If we put too much weight, it could be problematic. And I can move.
Kind of blocking the way to do that.
There is.
I guess you can fly. Just like fly over my head
Yeah.
and land on the bridge.
There you go. Sure, let's do that. Just casually up, casually down.
Alright, make me acrobatics.
bye, Millie.
There's no winning here, in my mind. 17.
As soon as you lift up, you feel that wind start to carry you as you fly over this like 6-something Resig. You feel that wind almost take you along with it, but like maybe Resig kind of grabs you and leads you and pulls you down, and now you're in front of him and you're standing on this bridge, but you're still not far enough in to add any of extra slack, or create less slack rather.
I really got nothing. The only other thing, Emily's just like, well, I guess I'm just in the way here. Can I just do the hug turn around thing with Resik? Get back on the other side.
Sure, if you want.
This time we're not going up. We're just pivoting. I'm worried I'm gonna fall.
This is great.
I can tell. I genuinely don't know how to do anything here.
You killed Merc.
starts yelling, "What the fuck was that?"
He flew up, was like, whoa, 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 came back down, and then hugged Resting and just spun her around.
Man,
went right back to where
the
she was
most
standing.
Even thing to it, like. And Merc just,
Deepest cock.
Merc just says, "Ah, yes, defeated by a bridge. Indeed."
This is our
I
door.
don't know what to do. I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, this is the door.
Check. I'm done.
All right, Merc.
Merc will go, "Okay, we need to get some tension on the bridge. Zurag, you can grab one rope end, and I can grab one rope end, and we can pull it taut more. Or I can put the skull on it."
I can pull. I'm not doing anything.
Merc will get to one side, and he will pull when Zurag is ready to pull, and they will try to bring the bridge slightly more taut.
Okay. Okay.
And then he
You do
slips
so.
off like a wet leaf of grass and falls.
Yes. Just immediately falls. Okay, so Merc and Zurag step up. Well, actually, Merc does. We'll keep this in initiative. So Merc steps up, grabs the thing, calls over to Zurag, who's like, "Yeah, I'll do that too." Meanwhile, Adelaide's still hanging from here while Millie is doing her insanity. Adelaide's just like, "What the?" Just hanging.
You know when you like initially like look down like from a high place, you get like that like my knees are gonna give out.
Yep.
Millie's just like
Yep.
let's just not have that happen, and she just panics and gets off.
All right, Adelaide, do you want to try to pull yourself up, or do you want to try something different here? You are hanging from this rope, suspended over
Okay,
your...
so the rope that I have tied around me, is it considered equipment at this moment on me?
No.
Say yes for once.
I say yes all the time.
No, you don't. She sees this insanity that Millie's dancing around resting. Merc has his humongous skull. She just turns into a giant eagle, and she's gonna So what happens to the rope? That's why I asked if it's called if it's considered equipment, because if it's around me as equipment, it will just stay on
Absorb into you.
me.
It'll absorb
Yeah.
into you, which is why I said no, because it won't absorb into you. You're just an eagle on a leash now, which is what you want. Because if it did absorb into you, resting would no longer have the rope.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so she's gonna try to
So I should say yes, because you want me to. No, I'm just...
It's okay. I like the no. It's a full sentence.
I said it in Spanish too. Did you catch it?
No.
Yeah, I said no.
Can you say it in German?
Nein.
So
it's
so
10.
as an eagle, she is probably, I hope, good with gauging the wind. Would she know that if she dives down a little bit, that she could be I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It's like a wind tunnel we're in, right?
Yeah. It's like, it's exactly like a wind tunnel. It's just gonna take your strength to fight against this, to keep from being blown away.
So I hope she's pretty strengthy as an eagle, because she's not strengthy at all as Adelaide.
Yeah, I think anything's better than that.
Yeah. So Yeah, anything is better than Adelaide at this point. Yeah, so she'll turn into an eagle and she will try to take the rope to the other side.
Giant eagle.
So let me mark off my wild shape thing. Use.
Okay, you become a giant eagle, and as soon as you so you fall down a bit, and then you turn into a giant eagle.
Yep.
And then you unfurl your wings, and you immediately feel that wind catch your feathers and start to pull you up. Give me a strength saving throw.
15.
15. So you begin to raise up into the air about 20 feet, and you go about down this way, about right here.
Okay. So I have 80 feet of movement. So how would that work?
So
Can I try to move more?
Yes, you absolutely can. I'm not even going to count that against your movement. That was just like your initial like catching the wind and stuff. Now you're fighting against the wind. You're going to use your athletics to see how far you can move.
Okay.
It's cool. It's got the little shadow down there. You guys see
Yeah.
it?
Oh my
Pretty cool.
god. My regular dice are not in favor today. It's not. It's a 9.
Oh, a 9.
Athletics.
So, yeah, as this like wind hits you and like you're trying to like fight it to like get back closer, you're like resting. You can feel that the rope being pulled quickly out of your hand, like a kite has just been whipped up by a gust of wind. You can just feel that rope being pulled out from you. Like I said, she's. Yeah, and you grab it just at the last 10 feet, and you're like, you almost lose it. And Adelaide, as you're trying to like get right yourself and stuff, you're just having trouble. You're doing everything you can to like keep in one spot, but you're making no movement at all.
Okay.
Okay. Zurag. Now that Adelaide's an eagle, you still grab the rope?
It was the rope to the bridge, right?
Yeah.
So like
You're doing
he
it?
was just the rope. I mean, he said he was gonna grab it just to try to stabilize it. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll let Rustic do something. Rustic, you have that last bit of 10 foot of rope that you're holding onto that's attached to this giant eagle kite.
We put 3 ropes together. That's 150 feet.
All right. If you tied 3 ropes together, whoever tied it needs survival. Whoever's tying the ropes, I need to know what your survival is, and I'm going to roll it.
All right.
Oh, you just need to know what it is, or we need to roll it.
It was
I did-
Zurag who did it.
I need to know what your modifier is.
+3.
Mine's a +5.
We would have probably
but
guidance that person, right?
Yeah. Because we do that before she would gone out.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't see why you would guidance anybody tying a rope. So no.
Millie is a strong trust nothing policy.
Mine's
Can
a
we at least call an
+6.
order die on that?
yeah, but Ressig's is better, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just.
I'll do it, and I'll use an order dice in addition to that.
No.
Well,
I'm gonna say
Vader's
no to that.
rolling.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that. I just rolled it. Let's continue.
All right. All right. So I have kite flying and rope in my hand. But the rope's tied to the bridge or to the stones and everything. That's why we would have needed the 3, because we got it all tied up, and then we need enough on the other side.
All right, time out, because you guys threw out 17 different things right now, what is the rope situation? It's one half's tied, one part is tied to Adelaide, and the other part is held by stone.
It is. I was guiding it, but it is anchored to the two stone pillars. And is there a tree nearby? Because that's what I had said. Tying it to the two pillars and a tree. So you have
What
three
ends
points of
are
contact.
okay? So you're using two
basically,
ends of one rope to tie it to the pillars, and then pulling it taut, and then tying it.
No.
No, hold on. Let me hold on. So we tried.
Okay.
We tied the tree
So what-
together. So the first thing we did was tied the three together. That's what Zurag did while we were deciding whether I'm gonna go as a bird or a snake or whatever. He tied 3 ropes together, and then he tied one end to the pillars on this side of the bridge where we are standing, and the other end is tied to Adelaide.
There's only 2 ends. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
The
understand.
other end is tied to Adelaide,
Like, what
and then Resig is holding it. The whole so it's tied to the pillar, and the whole rope is sitting on the ground, and Resig is slowly giving little by little as Adelaide moves forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you talking?
Really?
I'm trying to. Yes, I am. So I'm wondering. Okay, so we'd have one line. Like, okay, so we've got a tie around Adelaide, then we've got a tie to another rope, then we've got a tie where we tie like it to like the pillar, and then tie it to another pillar, and then tie it to a tree, or will we tie it to Adelaide, tie it to itself, tie it here, which would have the rope on either end, which would tie again to itself into like like a point like this, and then tie.
No, it should be one. Okay, so there's 3 things of rope tied together to make one big rope.
I'm just saying, like the bottom one, right?
Yes.
I think Shadow's only caring about the 2 like end ties. There's one tie, a loop to anchor, a loop to anchor, then one tie around Adelaide.
Yes.
There's 2 ties. Yes, it is one piece of rope. Don't worry about the connections because we don't know. It is just.
No, that matters because if you have it like Restig says, if you have it tied to both pillars and then wrapped around a tree, that's one whole rope.
Yeah,
it doesn't give you 150 feet of rope. It gives you 100 because that 50 feet needs to be tied to one end on a pillar, one end on a pillar, the broad part, main part of the body wrapped around a tree. That's one whole rope, 50 feet gone. Instead, you have another rope tied to a pillar, I guess, which is not tied to the other rope.
No. There's one rope tied to one pillar.
I get what you're saying. I mean, believe
Okay.
yours is like on point. It makes sense to me. It's one part of the end tied to the pillar, and the other end tied to you.
Yes.
No trees or anything else involved here.
No.
One pillar.
Well, yeah, I was just trying to go off of what Sylvan was saying, where we had these multiple tie-offs. Like, I understand trying to get an anchor, so like you could go pillar, wrap around the other pillar, because that's like 10 feet, right? And then you have an extra anchor point.
Well, that's what I had in mind. So yes.
Okay.
No tree.
Continue. Resting, what are you doing?
Rope. Because I can't do shit until Adelaide gets where she's going. Or if she falls. So just holding on to a rope.
She's no longer on the bridge.
So the thing is, I am
but-
not on the bridge. So somebody could be walking on the bridge at this moment because one person can be on the bridge,
The purpose of
but
the
not
rope
2.
was to have an extra handhold that's not
That's
wobbling
true.
around.
Right. But if we were to speed it up,
If we did all this shit for the rope, and then Merc was to fall off because there was no rope, Chugman will lose his goddamn mind.
it's okay. I'll thorn whip you.
Fuck it.
I can thorn whip you and pull you close.
Fuck it, we ball,
It
right?
might kill you in the process, but hey.
Fuck it. Yeah. If there's no rope that needs to be held on this side, fuck it. Let's roll. I'll step out onto the bridge.
This bridge is gonna take 3 sessions.
You are correct. That's why.
We have a plan.
That's
The
why I
plan is
said fuck
underway.
it.
We don't need to move.
Nope. Fuck it. Let's go. I don't know why.
Are you moving across?
Yeah. Waiting for you to tell me to make a check, though. So I stepped out onto the bridge.
Okay, you're now on the bridge.
All right.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics check.
You're still holding the rope, yeah?
No. Why am I holding the rope?
Because you're holding the rope.
It's tied to the pillars.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, you're flying in the air. What am I holding the rope? Like this? Dangling in the wind?
It's literally like a kite.
I'd have the rope, like, not like holding it to try and help her, but, you know, I'd walk along the rope and kind of like have a hand on it. You said acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
And Merc and Zarag are holding the ropes of the bridge
19.
taut as best they can.
Yes. Yeah.
19. Okay. So again, you gotta move quite slowly, so you're only gonna be able to move half speed here. But
Okay.
you're able to walk out onto the bridge. We'll go ahead and move half
Okay,
speed
good.
there.
5, 10, 15.
Okay.
I
So
will.
still still like carrying the rope that you've tied with you, correct?
Yes.
But you're like moving
Yes.
it along just so you can try to. So that'll help you give assistance to Adelaide, should she not be able to make any progress.
Okay. Yep. And then.
All right.
Action. I guess I will dash.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another acrobatics.
Acrobatics to move. That's cocked. Unfortunate because it was a natural 20. That is good though. That's a 22.
22. Okay. So you go ahead and move another movement there.
Still half speed.
Yep. Still have speed.
10, 15.
Okay, as you get there, the bridge begins to sag even more, and now like kind of bowing into a little partial U shape, and you can feel each plank of wood underneath your feet just moaning from the sudden pressure. You're doing your best to keep your footing as you're kind of sliding a little bit on the slick moss-covered wood. But you are nonetheless moving okay. At the end of this ridiculous round, I'm gonna spend an order die, or a disorder die rather. And those standing on the safe side of the bridge start to hear something large crashing through the trees in the nearby distance. All right, Millie.
Can I just hold my action? If I
What's
see
your action?
something threatening, I can shoot it with Ray of Frost to slow it down.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, I'm useful.
I like it a lot.
Alright.
All right, Merc.
So I gotta get across this bridge with disadvantage, because I have to have the skull.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely vital that we take the skull with us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, someone said something very important words about living once. I'm gonna try to cross the bridge.
No.
Okay, give me acrobatics.
Goodbye, friends. Oh, that's a 7.
7.
Mm.
Okay, go ahead and move half your speed.
That would be like 50 feet.
Okay. To walk out, you feel your immense weight under the weight of this heavy ass adult dragon skull, and you hear the just the boards just like screaming in stress, and the rope is just groaning so hard, and resting. You can feel like each step that Merc takes already being a heavy.
How about now?
Yeah, there we go.
That helps.
We're professionals.
Yes. We are professionals at what we do. I'm glad you noticed, Merc.
Okay. We'll give this couple
Testing.
minutes for everybody to come back in.
Yeah. I heard you briefly start to describe what happened with the bridge as Merc decided to hurry the process along.
Yes. Hurry the process along, he says. Okay. So, yeah, like I was saying, as Merc steps on to this rope bridge, carrying this heavy adult black dragon skull, the wood screaming in protest underneath his foot, the rope itself sending seismic vibrations down the entire length of this bridge. Merc, you're just continuously walking. And then as you put your foot on one of the planks, thinking that you've seen a couple of people go across to this point already, they notice that they slip. You prep yourself to balance, but your balance fails you as you slip and fall. And with the weight of you and the skull, the entire bridge snaps. Now you have a choice to make here, Merc. As you roll this dexterity saving throw, are you going to hold on to the skull? Or are you going to abandon it to grab onto this rope?
Now, I'm going to talk to my friends here. Now, hear me out. If I don't keep the skull, what was this all for?
Still trying to figure that out.
I don't think you have that much time to talk to your
Screaming on
friends,
the
bud.
inside.
That is the truth there, Adelaide. You do not have the time to talk about this. Make your decision. Roll your dexterity saving throw. If you hold on to the skull, you'll do this with disadvantage, and the DC will be quite high. And Resting, I'll need one from you too, as you're going down with this bridge.
All right. Luckily, I'm holding a rope dangling between stone and a flying fucking eagle. Dexterity save, you said.
Yeah, and tell me what you're trying to hold on to. Are you gonna hold on to the rope that is attached to the stone and the eagle, or the bridge?
Pull out physical dice for this.
I mean, I rolled. It's natural 20 for 24. But I don't. I'll say the bridge. That's gonna hurt because I'm gonna swing to. If it broke where Merc's at, I'm gonna swing to the other side. So I'll drag Adelaide with me if I had the other rope, but no, I'll hold on to the bridge.
I rolled with disadvantage.
You did.
I should have called an order die there, but I may have made a mistake.
I don't think 4 of the order dice would have helped you, seeing as you're holding onto this skull that just snapped the bridge as you are falling now. The bridge, you're feeling the wind whip through you as you are falling down. And now's the point as a DM where I either need to make you fall or just your skull fall.
What will hurt him more?
That's why you leave it up to a roll of the dice.
I can heal myself while falling. Okay, I'm just saying, I might survive the impact, but the skull needs to live. Don't take the skull from me.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it up to a dice roll here. I'm gonna roll a d6, 1 to 3. The skull falls, and you hold on to the bridge. 4 through 6, you and the skull fall because there's no way this bridge is gonna capture you.
It's not fair.
Here we go.
My skull.
But you will go down with the skull, just like a ship captain goes down with his ship. Here we go. So you guys watch as this bridge suddenly, you hear just the loud echoing snap. As there's a moment where this wind kind of dies down, which allows Resting to get out as far as they can without it swaying back. There's a snap, and you watch as Merc and Resting both disappear out of your sights there, Zurag and Millie. And you watch as Restig lets go of the rope to hold on to the bridge as it swings over and collides into the side of the cliff face. And you watch as Merc holds on to his skull for dear life and disappears into the forest below.
Merc, I would like to use an order die for a decision for Merc to have 1 second where he catches the ledge, he's kind of close to it, but then he's still holding the skull and he goes, "Fly, you fools!" and fall.
I'll take that with no dice because I appreciate the reference. And it's like Zurag, you look over, it just says Merc falls, presumably to his death.
I'd like to lay on hands myself with all my energy left.
Oh man.
Why
Well,
are
let's
we
see
here?
if you have any energy left.
Plus 15 more points.
Hold on, no, not yet, because this is happening. And I don't think
I
Leon
hit the
and
ground.
Yeah,
We've established there's 500 feet in a round is what you fall.
Hey, I heard it's
unfortunately-
hundreds of feet.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, in the rulings of D&D, I can't hit you with more than 20d6, but I will tell you I will be hitting you with all the force of every 20, or every d6 as I roll 20 of them. And yeah, Restig,
Before
you
he
will be
falls.
taking.
So I'm on the opposite side. I've swung the other way, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is it, 60 feet down?
Yep.
But I'm like,
Adelaide or
Oh.
Millie healing words me right as I fall.
I
I was
can't. I can't move.
There's no
'cause we're
reaction
paused.
for this. I was gonna be like, would you take pity on a poor dragonborn and let me just aid at max level? Give him some bonus HP.
You're not even looking at him. You're looking the opposite way because something wicked this way comes in
I
the
hear
forest.
something cracking. Zurag just goes, oh! And then Millie turns around in panic.
I was gonna say if we were thinking about it.
Oh,
I saw once. I see once.
76 points of damage.
Only 2 6s?
Dead.
Yeah.
Not dead. Just unconscious.
Definitely unconscious.
Well, what's your max?
Okay,
you
so I
run?
mean, this wouldn't Adelaide see this happening? Can she go try to catch Mark?
At this point, do we get to know how far he fell?
And that's
What?
15. No, that's 15 points of damage to you, Ressig, as you smash into the wall.
All right. The
Oh.
game is paused, so I can't really.
Oh, my bad.
do anything. No worries. I'm gonna move myself here, but I'm gonna change my elevation. Just so I'm 60 feet down, but it's gonna tell me I'm 60 feet up because I don't think I can do negative numbers, can I?
You can try. Try doing a minus.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm 60 feet down. I'll just put it at 60.
Yeah.
500 feet.
So you know
guys
what
don't
the
know. You don't know
wild-
the. You don't know the distance.
with my lay on hands, I would have exactly unconscious. I'd have been at 0.
So you're still unconscious.
Vader, more importantly, did the
I feel-
dragon skill make it?
I feel like Merc would have at the last second just made sure his body took the force and he held the dragon skull and like his arms just took the rest of the mountain.
I see it as, the dragon skull kind of catches air as he falls and Merc plummets, and then the skull just like smacks down on top of him on the ground, like adding insult to injury.
Yeah.
Because
Merc,
what the fuck,
unfortunately,
man?
I can't tell you what state the skull is in because you are unconscious.
Do you have a
Waiter,
enough
so like
inspiration, Chugman? Can you get up?
would have Adelaide could have like caught him or something without him.
No, you were your movement speed. Even if that happened on your turn, your movement speed wouldn't have allowed you enough to dive down. But you see with your eagle eye, you get to see him fall further than anybody else did. He kind of disappears beneath the clouds, and you can see him just as he just fully.
Can we Wile E. Coyote this and have the hole exactly Merc-shaped in the cloud?
Yeah.
And then another one with the skull.
Whoever was
skull.
watching Merc fall, he was falling backwards, holding the skull the entire way down.
Oh my good lord.
So the skull shape in the cloud.
Well,
I guess your next character is going to
death
be
by
a lizard,
hubris.
folks.
Yeah.
Required race. lizard folk.
So there's no bridge now. Something is coming. And Merc has disappeared.
I firmly believe that having Millie on the other side by herself would have been better than this.
You can't prove that.
Adelaide.
She's gonna try to get to the other side. Yeah, she's gonna try to get to the other side and try to take that rope to the other side.
Okay, so give me a athletics.
Dirty 20.
Okay, go ahead and move your full speed. Now that you've got used to the wind and it's kind of died down a little bit, you use that moment, even though you just watched Merc plummet to presumably his death. You can still hear the crashing of the trees, and because you're up in the air, you can see trees being toppled over as something large is coming this way.
Okay, so she's. Oh, what can I move? Why can't? Oh, there you go. Okay, how much was that? Oh shit. So I have 80 feet of movement, and I'm 20 feet up. Is that what?
Yep.
Um. 60 feet down. Okay, so. Can we hold on? I'm sorry. Can I move the 60 feet? Go down 20 to tie the rope on this pillar right here.
Say that again.
So I was right here, right? So if I move 60 feet and then go down and to tie the rope onto the pillar, can I do that?
With 80 feet, you can definitely get down there. I won't count
Okay.
your downward diagonal as more movement. So, yeah, 80 feet from there, you fly over there, you get down, you come out of wild shape, I imagine. Unless
Yeah.
you're gonna try to do this as an eagle.
No, no. I mean, I can't.
Okay. Over
She
here.
can definitely try.
Let-
Yeah, so
have
she's
you-
gonna
have you-
tie the
okay.
rope.
Let me revert you.
Perfect. So she'll tie the rope to the pillar.
Okay. What's your survival?
Ooh. I think it's a 0. +4.
Looks good. It's just kind of being flung around, but there's now 2 solid anchor points.
I'm gonna yell. Can I yell out? Will they even be able to hear me if I yell out to the other side?
Yeah, I won't get that crazy.
I'm gonna
You're gonna
say
yell really loud.
yeah.
Realistically.
Just she's gonna say, just climb the. What do you call it? Like commando style. Just come down the rope from that side to this side or whatever. I don't know English today. So so she's just yelling at them to just like climb the rope down.
I like commando style. Take your
yeah.
underwear off and climb across it. That's good.
Exactly. Yeah, do that like thing.
Yeah.
Zip line it. And then have I used my action already?
That was action to tie it.
Oh, the action tied. Okay. Because then I can't. I was gonna conjure 2 eagles to go get Mark up, but I don't. I'll wait for my next turn.
You go scoop his body.
Look, I'm about to blow your mind on this death saving throw. It's gonna be a 20. Merchant to get up. He didn't hear no bell.
Hey, that would be
okay.
hilarious.
Yes.
Across the ravine. Hey, you guys!
You guys. Okay. Well, we
That's
only have.
that late's turn.
Okay. Well, it's Zurek's turn. Zurek, you are on the quote unquote safe side with something coming. Can you roll me a D4, please?
Yep. 4.
Okay, you're good to go. What do you do?
Join me, brother.
Just jump. Yeah, fuck this. No, he's gonna tell Millie to go first to try to get across it. He's gonna stay because they know something's coming, but
Get across
know
what? There's no
I
bridge.
could fly.
well, that rope. The rope's tight across now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if she wants. If you can fly, if she says you can do that, he can. I don't know. I don't know if he's able to zip line that far.
Definitely won't be a zip line. You will be over
Yeah.
hand over handing it and stuff like that. It'll definitely be like that. The beginning of Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, when he's trying to rescue that raccoon.
Oh man.
Or, if you look to your left, you see a small green dinosaur that says Yoshi. Yep, there he is. He looks at you with his big bulbous eyes.
I don't know if he'd even attempt to try to do it if he knows that Adelaide can just fly back over and pick him up.
Well, you saw she had trouble, and you're quite a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have a climb
Beat you to
speed,
it.
and you're strong.
I do have climb speed.
I like we had the same thought at the same time. That's single brain cell chug, man.
Can't you zip line down the rope? Are you too heavy for the rope?
I,
You have to have a high
really
end and a
that-
low end for a zip line.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
it's hand over
extremely
hand.
tight line.
Okay, well then don't zip line. Like hold with your feet and your hands and just like go. Doo, 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 doo.
It does say I
Yep.
can climb without making an ability check, though.
Okay. Just gotta hope that I rolled really well on your survival here with these knots that are tied together.
Greg comes flying out, slams next to Merc. Merc wakes up with his nat 20 goes first time.
Yeah, I guess he'd start climbing that if Millie says she could fly. If not, he wants to wait for her to go across first because he'll fight whatever the hell's coming.
Hear me out. We untie what we've got on this end, retie it, and then you cross.
Just tie,
Or vice versa. I untie it before I cross and do a slip knot. I'm not pulling any
Yes.
weight on it, and then just
Guys, I have an
get the rope
idea.
back.
You
Or just-
each put on one boot.
He has a tune to it.
just cut the rope, tie it around your waist, and I mean, you probably get there faster.
You can't Tarzan that shit.
Exactly. It's gonna hurt when you hit the wall, but
No, she has the
We
flying
untie
boot. She
it.
could just like stop. Yeah.
yeah,
All
we
right,
tie it.
We're going
then you can
together
hold-
then.
Tarzan. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. She'll
Okay,
be
you guys are
Tarzan, you be Jane. End
love
of
it.
discussion.
We're gonna
that-
need
is
the
that-
rope.
Is that
Yes.
what's happening?
I guess we're going together.
Question. If we do this, we're obviously going to be flying that way, right? Because we're going to be kind of falling. Can I slow that momentum with my boots?
Maybe.
I'm going to
That means
try.
do it. Go for it.
Okay, I like it. I like it a lot.
gotta let it.
I'm going to.
So
Okay, so he's
you-
not going to be holding on to me. He's going to be holding on to the rope, and I'm going to be holding on to the rope and him. Like
Okay.
arms around him, like a bear hug
Yeah.
from behind, and then.
Like Luke and Leia. We got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
So
want
you-
any disadvantage on his strength check because he's only holding on with one.
So he grabs the rope. You tenderly wrap your arms around him, ghost style. Grab the rope as well. Secure your arms underneath his arms, and you leap off the ledge. All right.
May I do one thing before we go?
Sure.
I'm gonna bless us both.
All right. Yep. You whisper in.
That would
you
be an
whisper in his
appropriate
ear.
time.
Yep.
You whisper in his ear.
Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up.
I'm just waiting for gets down, rope goes taut, fucking snaps, and
So you
All
step
of the
to the
knots come
edge.
untied because we don't know how
You
well
just-
we did.
Well, you're about to find out how well you did. So you step to the edge. You just look down. You just see that little poof cloud still rising up for where Merc smashed into the ground, and you just take a leap of faith. You hear the call of an eagle somewhere, Assassin's Creed style, as you leap off, and you just fucking fall. The rope slack, and then you watch as it just slowly gets tauter and tauter, and then a snap catches you, and you start to sail across, and you see that wall coming closer and closer, and then you just feel gravity take you as the 3 I rolled on that first knot loosens up, and you just begin to fall. Give me a strength saving throw, Millie, to hold both of you up in the air.
I thought the first knot was it tying to the stone, which is gone.
They untied it. They're swinging across it.
Yeah, but that would have
Can
been the
I
first
use an
knot.
order die?
No, the rope. Well, the other one was a 7. So which do you want that one? Do you want that one?
Oh, okay. Well, no. Continue.
Can I use an order die?
Yeah, you can. That's what they're for.
All right.
Don't you roll off in person dice? Yeah, you roll virtual. Those the ones need to get their blood somehow.
Am I supposed? Do you guys want me to roll physical or virtual?
You roll however you want to roll.
Never
It's
be a
strength
coward.
Save. You have a D6 to add to it, and a
And
D4.
blessed. Yeah.
All right, I got a pretty blue and purple. Let's give it
All
a
right,
go.
trust in it. And Adelaide's just standing over there like,
The fuck just happened?
the fuck?
Re-
1d4.
Rez is just
She's
hanging on.
yelling. She's just yelling. This is why I told you to let me go.
That-
What the fuck? You're all gonna fucking die.
That worked well, because you're the one that fell
Point of
first,
view, All
technically.
4 of the people who saved her just died.
Okay, so
Mhm.
that's
I could have fucking run across the
Got 22.
bridge, because
I
I'm
rolled a
light
15.
and fast.
on my d -1 from my strength modifier. Then
Okay.
I got a 6 on the order die, which puts us up to 20 even. And then I got a 2 on my bless. So we're at 22.
22. Okay. So you begin to fall. And as you notice that rope is no longer anchored to anything, in fact the end of it just falls past you. You activate your boots, and I'm gonna say it's gonna act as feather fall. It's not gonna
in
stop
the-
you from.
Yeah. In the thing
Yeah.
it says I go down no more than 30 feet per round.
Okay. I'm gonna say with Zurag's extra weight, it's gonna treat it like feather fall. So you're gonna move 60 feet around, which will be enough to stop you from dying. So you're now just like hovering there, holding on to Zurag, who's like stepped onto the top of your boots pretty much right now. You got it.
We're
got
just
his, like,
embracing.
yeah, you got it. That you're just like
What's
spinning
the
in air.
movie where they are like holding on to each other in the air and just kind of spinning around as they go down?
Casper?
Is it? Okay.
I'm sure there's more movies, but I remember in Casper when they're dancing.
Is it Howl's Moving
start to-
Castle?
They might hit.
And how they walk through the air.
Okay.
Yeah. I know there's a part in Casper when they're at the dance and him and Christina Ricci are floating and then they lightly
That
drift
counts
down.
then. One of
Yeah,
the two.
Merc pulled an end game. You guys are pulling a Casper. One of those is
Yeah.
better than the other.
Cheers.
Yep. And then I will pull an end game and Infinity
Sure.
Stone everybody to death.
I mean,
Just
we're-
snap my fingers.
We're going that way. You don't have
If
to
Rand
snap
turns
too
the gauntlet
hard.
over, there's an orange stone. Good job, Merc.
Yeah. Yeah. So, at the current moment, Ressing is hanging 60 feet down on this rope. Merc is lost to the jungles below, and 60 feet below. Actually, we'll say it's No, I'm gonna give you a little bit more. We'll say 60 feet below. Below Ressig is Zurag and Millie just hovering, and Adelaide is safe on the other side.
Adelaide's probably just like this on the other side. With her wings, because she's still an eagle.
she transformed back to tie the rope for you guys to be.
Okay.
Adelaide, you just feel that rope just so super slack. It is Ressig's turn though.
No, it was just Millie, right?
I mean, I
Oh,
just
it's
took a
Rag.
header into the fucking side of the wall, so I'm pretty sure I saw none of this. So I'm just gonna fucking climb.
Okay.
Cause
Give me
fuck,
athletics
like-
checks to climb.
Alright. Yeah, I think I'm athletics. That's a good one. 12 plus 7, so 19.
19, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
The bridge fucking breaks somewhere, and I fall to my death. It's you and me again,
No,
Merc.
you climb up. It's only half speed.
Action dash.
Action dash. I'll say with a 19, you're able to climb up,
Okay.
and you get up there to where Adelaide is. Okay. Millie, on your turn, roll me a d4.
Three.
Okay, you're still good. So, yeah, I imagine you're gonna try to fly up, or are you gonna try to lower yourself down?
So here's my problem. I think what Millie would do is be like, okay, so we have a couple options here. She's gonna talk to Zurek. She'd be like, we could try to go up, or we could just lightly fall our way down. Try to find Merc, and then
No,
go
Mark's
from
dead.
there.
He is
There's
one
a-
tough son of a bitch.
We have. You saw him in the giant's room. That man survived. Probably unconscious down there. Just like, you know, like where they just have like the skulls. Just a thought of whatever, like the Tweety Bird, where like the Looney Tunes just flying around their head. It's just the skull. He's just, that's all he's on in his mind.
We got this, guys. Don't worry.
So do we
I'm
want
known
to
for my good rolls.
go down to try to find them, or do we want to try to go up? Because I'm not sure what's gonna be harder here.
Millie, you've been using these boots to traverse this jungle, right? Since being here.
Well, off and on, but yeah. So it has a certain duration to it, I'm aware.
Does.
And in the instructions for the thing, the description, it says that once they wear out of energy, you glide down at 30 feet per round. So
Yep,
we're treating that as feather fall for a 60.
we are. I'm gonna say that's your only option.
Alright, that's fine with me. Alright, let's go find Merc. Yeah, Billy will be like, just,
I kind of figured we were going down.
I kind of figured too. Honestly, my plan was to go down, but I thought I would give
Right.
you the option. Because I'm like, there is no way we're getting up that 60 feet.
Okay, so
Normally when you
falls-
dance with a partner, the girl's on top.
Yep. Yep. So you're gonna drift down
Yep.
60 feet, and you still haven't got to the bottom yet.
Yep.
All right, Merc,
Hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
As long as the skull is intact, I have disadvantage on all checks.
Oh, Jesus.
So I can take disadvantage on my
die.
saving throws. Death saving throws.
No,
For
I
the
said
skull
checks,
being
not
intact.
saving throws. I said checks, not saving throws.
The skull
I
has to
think
make
you
it
want to
ready.
die.
No, I want this skull. This skull is my quest. Merc's gonna get an a rare shield out of this skull. Come hell or high water, I don't care. I'm getting this skull out. This is my journey.
Well, let's see if this skull got you killed. Roll me a death saving throw.
Don't stop believing, Merc. Don't stop believing.
Natural 20. Come on, let's go. 17. We're good.
Close. All right.
We take those.
Okay. Well, now I'm just gonna have you guys acting like groups because we're kind of grouped up here. So, Adelaide and Ressig, what do you guys want to do?
Pull
You
the
just
rope
wanna
up.
I mean,
Well, they're
fucking-
dead. Just leave.
I think Millie would have yelled that
live
before going
like-
down the extra 60 feet. Just pull the rope up. We got this.
Are you still holding the rope?
We're like you have 2 lengths of the rope, and I think he said either one fell or we're holding on to the other one. I don't remember.
The other end fell. That
Yeah.
you jumped from. So we just have like one length of rope. Okay.
Is it 2 or 1?
Waiter,
that they have?
how much down are they from where we are? Like 60 feet?
120.
120.
They're like
120
they're
feet.
120 feet.
Ah, damn, you guys.
Either way, we would have fallen.
We don't know it was about to bite us in the ass either.
Yeah. That's still gonna be a problem.
At least we're not wounded yet.
Got 2. Later in the ground. Murky's
Oh,
Yeah.
yanked it
No.
into.
It has to be.
At least nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Everyone's fine, says Millie.
I forgot to take my damage.
Oh man.
I got nothing to
guess-
help with this. Can you fly us down, catch him maybe?
I think you should just dive off the cliff.
Hey, I mean,
Join
Find a
us, it's
dragon
fun.
skull. Find a dragon skull first, then jump.
believe I can fly.
Merc's like, we can get more than one. I mean, theoretically, they could ride their way down and we could be together.
I should use the disorder die and just have the fucking dragon skull hung up on the side of the cliff. Just
It's
impossible
like
to
all
get
the
to.
way at the top.
I think you'd make him cry.
Don't take this from me. It's all
You
right.
climb
I'm
that
willing to die for it.
Merc goes to the village. We're gonna need some rope, some anchors. I'm gonna be on a climbing adventure. You guys can go have fun with your project.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck. Good luck back in time. I will be on this cliff face.
He would get to it later, and he would use
man.
a disorder die and he'd watch it fall past him.
He would just
You are
jump
correct.
at that point, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Imagine Merc scared the hell out of some wildlife down at the bottom of the ravine.
Oh yeah. Whatever
There's
was
a-
right there.
There's a tribe of monkeys down there that are not happy to see you.
Oh shit.
Don't give Hitter any more ideas than he needs to. Plus, it was Merc, so really they're already surrounding him.
Well, seeing as you guys have snapped my bridge already, there was a point where you were gonna get halfway and I was gonna have you roll a d6, and one of the options is the monkeys come back and start shaking the shit out of the bridge.
Really, it's like, well, it all started with one, and there could be no survivors, otherwise there's someone to remember.
Oh damn!
Millie just snaps.
She starts her villain arc.
Yep.
Uh,
What do you do, Adelaide?
I think if
Alicia's gonna walk away. She's like, I'm done with this. Fuck it, I'm dead either way.
Well, that's where we
Uh,
end the campaign, guys.
So they're holding.
no, they're not holding shit. They're fucking falling.
Oh
Our
fuck.
option is to stay here and have a two-man quest, or jump off this motherfucker and join the crew.
Do we even know if we're going in the right direction?
No. We saw an opening in the trees, and guess what that opening in the trees is? Big fucking ravine.
She will probably turn into a. What is that thing? How do you say that
Quetzalcoatlus.
name? Whatever that. Yeah.
Big fucking dinosaur.
Oh, the big old pterodon.
No, it's bigger than that.
Yeah, it's bigger than that. And she's gonna get Resig on her and fly down. Just mad, furious.
Break the rope.
Can I carry more than one person?
It's a large creature.
It is a huge creature.
It's a huge creature. It's a huge beast.
Huge creature. You could carry one more person.
Okay, so I will take Resig with me and then probably try to either grab.
Zureg, because I can float.
I mean, I have to get there. Yeah. Try to grab Zurag too,
That's how big they are.
and then like fly down.
Okay, so you use another wild shape. Turn into
The last one I have.
turn into this Quetzalcoatlus.
Caught
And-
yep, something.
Yep, this pretzel
Yeah.
octopus. And Resig hops on, and you step over, and you just dive down into this ravine. You watch as Millie and Zurag come closer and closer. What's your movement speed as a pretzel octopus?
80 feet.
Okay,
Flying 80 feet.
so you could use, because it was your bonus action to change, so you could use an action to dash to go a couple more feet, 40 more feet to get there. And grab, I'll say you can grab Zurag with like your large talon and move 40 more feet towards the ground, leaving Millie hanging there about 40 feet above you. Very cool. Millie, as you continue to fall, roll me a d4.
Can I? Just for the sake
Can
of
you what?
whatever. Use the physical.
You can always use physical.
Or.
4? Okay. You're good to go. You float down gingerly, 60 more feet. Still have not reached the bottom.
The hell?
Is Zurag still with me, right?
No.
No,
she
Zurag
just
has been
picked me up.
been
Okay.
taken by this dinosaur.
Then when I only
Give me an intelligence check.
me?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be perception because I might see Resig?
I mean, Bressic is
Riding.
riding
I'ma
the
say it.
thing.
It's a fast movement though. Yeah, well, okay, perception's fine.
Nat
damn.
20. 22.
That's fine. Okay. So yeah, you kind of freak out for a moment, but then as you look down, you see that Restig is riding on the back. You're like, okay, this is clearly Adelaide as a pretzel octopus. So you just continue to float down, all gingerly like, all gingerly.
Am I going 60 or 30?
What
then,
a lot of
since he's
puss.
not with me?
60.
Okay.
Oh, because he's not with you, 30.
Okay.
So you're 150 feet down.
I'll keep track.
Pretzel octopus will be 160. Okay. Well, let's get Merc to roll another death save here.
We take these. We win these.
Jeez.
Easy.
Okay. All right.
Getting higher every time.
Getting higher every time. Adelaide, are you continuing your trajectory towards the ground?
Yes, and I'm looking for Merc, cause she's gonna take her beak straight into his heart. I'm kidding. I'll do that.
Okay, I like that. So, with another dash action, you can get to the ground. You. Go
What will
through
I
the,
find him though?
You had to like sail into the trees, and there is a steaming crater off to the distance a little bit.
Yeah, we'll go that way.
Okay. Zurag, you're with them. So that was
Actually,
Adelaide's dash
well,
check. Go ahead,
no.
sorry.
That's all my movement, right? That's all my movement.
Yeah, that's a dash action to get down to the bottom. Do you have a bonus action that you can do?
No.
As a pretzel octopus?
No.
Okay. Well then I will ask the two people riding, do you have any types of healing? Because you're acting on the same initiative at the moment.
I have.
The
You mean
med kit I
for
gave you.
me or for him? I do have a
Well, I
healer's
mean,
kit and I have restorative ointment on me.
okay, well,
Have healing potions?
do you have that?
None of us have healing potions. Didn't you buy healing potions? You've harassed a person to
Just
buy
then
healing
we had to
potions.
come
until
fight
I
for
get
you.
there. It's fine.
It's always
So, Zurag, are you going to try to stabilize it with medicine or try to heal him with ointment?
I would heal him with ointment because I am not.
Okay. Okay. Well then, as you're, you have to shove it into his mouth, because it doesn't look like any type of Neosporin here is gonna heal up his injuries. But you use a dose of it, giving him 2d8 plus 2 hit points back. And while you're handling that, I will have Millie roll me one d4.
11 points of healing.
2.
Where is
All
it?
right.
The skull.
So Millie, you're floating down 30 feet more. You watch as the Pretzelotopus flies into the trees. You're like, okay, they're down there. And you're kind of just drifting along. The wind's kind of just whipping around. And it's kind of like swaying you around like a feather.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see a shadow move above you. And it's really quick. And as you look up, it just, whatever it was has disappeared into the now like low-hanging clouds that you have passed through. And then as you are like trying to will yourself to float down even more, you see this second Pretzelotopus come flying right at you.
Am I gonna get kidnapped again?
Maybe.
Hashtag damsel in
But-
distress.
You might just get eaten. Pretzelotopus.
Do I go down 60 then?
No.
Okay.
Unless you dodge this bite. The 17 hit you?
Did we adjust it?
Yeah, you should have a 16.
Yeah, I got 16, so yes, it would hit.
Okay. $15 points of piercing damage. And then this thing continues as it flies by. Another round. How many feet are you at now as you move another 30?
100
Two-
or 210.
Go ahead.
210 down.
Okay. So, as this thing strikes at you, it looks like it's...
So it is my
Coming
turn,
around.
right? Am I allowed to
Yeah,
do
let's-
things?
Yeah, I mean, you are, yeah.
So when it bit me,
It looks like it's coming back around. to,
because that
like,
would have
come
been
get
my
you again.
turn, right? Or how does this
Yep.
work? Would I have been
Yeah, it's
able,
your turn.
during that first round, when it bit me, could I have shocking grasped it in an attempt to make it let go of me?
So it's not grabbing you. It's just like striking at you and like coming back around. So it's like kind of, you're not like spinning out of like control a little bit.
So it's not touching me right now.
No.
All right. Magic missile.
Magic missile. You fire them off. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ten points
They
damage.
you shoot out these 3 missiles and they impact with this thing, and each time you shoot it kind of like shoots you down towards, like, again, you're spitting out of the way, but you're just firing out these magic missiles, and the innate magic of the spells tracking them as like homing missiles, and they strike into this thing, and as it like gets hit, it like kind of like recoils, and it has to like tuck its wings in, and it goes into a tailspin, still trying to come at you. But with your magic missile, you just get below the treetops, and you feel the whole wind just like whip over you as this thing just goes sailing by. You hear the flaps of its wings opening up, and then it just sails away, and you just gingerly float down.
I do not want to be eaten.
As you get down, Zurag is pulling Merc's crushed body out of this crater, feeding him some goo, bringing him back to consciousness.
Skull. Did it make it?
Essential oil.
Yeah, Zurag's over there
And
hitting
just
him
a
with
mouthful of
some-
Vaseline.
Yeah.
Breathe this in.
Big lavender.
Just put some Vicks on
Patchouli.
it. Just
Quick.
rubbing Vicks on his chest.
Yeah, get the Vicks. That'll fix everything.
The inventor of petroleum jelly or Vaseline actually used to eat it by the spoonful every day. To put
There
a
you
whole
go.
bunch into his mouth. Ew, gross.
Damn.
That's disgusting.
Damn, I was always told that if you did ecstasy and put Vicks underneath your eyes, it would increase your trip. I never tried it, but anywho, you all now are at the bottom of this ravine, and you look up, and it's just, again, you can't even see where you just were. The bridge and all that stuff is out of sight. It's just clouds upon clouds, and there's this river running through. Merc, roll me a luck roll.
I'd like to use an order die.
You cannot unlock rolls.
I'd like to use all of our order dies just for one.
I'll take that.
Thank you.
I'm kidding,
I do not
guys. I'm
consent.
kidding, of course.
Or do I?
Come on. It's a 10. It's a 10. 10 it's not bad. It's 50-50.
It's not bad.
I will trade all
look
of our order dice for a +1 if it's what chips it over.
Or give him
You look
inspiration.
You
Wanna
look
mime and roll
around,
again?
your body hurting so bad. You're just like a sack of bones at this point. You can barely lift your head to move it around. But sticking partially out of the river, you see the skull.
About to fucking smash that thing myself. It's broken.
Merc like stabbed you.
You just see the whatever thing. I don't know how to say the name. Just fly,
Quadruped.
grab the skull. Yeah, that one. Grab
You
the
might make
skull.
an enemy here.
Fly 60 feet up.
You will make an
Fly
enemy.
60 feet up, and drop it.
Merc
very
with
good
his
try
to
wounded body
catch
just
it.
rolls underneath and lets it hit him.
Yeah. Yeah. Can Merc take the blow for the skull?
You're moving like Edgar from Men in Black, the roach dude who just can't control his body. You're just like throwing your limbs around, and you get underneath this skull as it just, I got it, and it just folds you like a fucking shirt. It crashes into the ground. The skull is fine. Merc, you're dead again.
He's dead again.
Is Millie on the ground yet?
Yeah, you're on the ground, Millie.
So I'm gonna move down to
Minus
the
26 HP.
I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm just gonna be like, she's gonna bend down. She's gonna kind of do like a medicine, so to speak, check on him. If you want, I can do an actual one. But remember in
Bones
the movie
appear to be
with
as
Harry
solid
Potter,
as the jello.
now
jelly.
he just flips all around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we're gonna have to regrow the bone.
Yeah, he is not looking good.
All right.
Many
If I would
times
have
we
known
to
you were
teach
gonna
you
go
this
on the
lesson,
bridge,
old
I would have
man?
given you a death ward.
That would have been the hardest moment, just slamming the ground, and Merc just like lands with the skull, and just like, yeah,
Yeah, that would
fuck.
be cool. Yeah. as your shin bones fly out of your fucking legs.
All right. So Millie's gonna
You guys
walk
get down
over
there.
to
Merc is 4 feet shorter than he was.
Hi guys.
All right, Ressick, you get one end, Zurhag the other, and we're just gonna yank.
His whole spinal column is
Reset
just
his whole
compressed.
body.
His fucking skull is now at his hip.
It actually is
joint.
forming a Z right now.
His skull is where his pelvis should be.
All right, I'm gonna use a
Tail
sorcery
is
point
extra long.
to change that 1 into an 8.
Alright,
So you
so I
get.
get 27.
Yep.
Merc, the skull will rise as Merc stands back up.
I'm just gonna use. Screw it. You could use. I'm gonna use 3 of them, and you could just get the full. Get 40.
Was it 40? Yeah, it is.
Yep.
You're doing what now?
I'm gonna use sorcery points to give each one of the dies a max.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna get 40 plus 4, so 44. Because it'd be 8. No, never mind. My brain went to
8
80.
times 4.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's 8 times 4. And that's.
Should only be 36, right?
Yeah, it's only 36. For some reason, my brain went to it's 5, and I was like, oh, 5 times 8's 40. No.
I remember the first time I did math.
That many.
Ish.
The skull rises once more. Merc goes, well, we kind of crossed it fast.
I don't think we crossed anything.
Millie, after all of what's happened, is just gonna be like, here, Mark, you can have a death word. Not again. No, I'm gonna hold on to it in case I need to heal him again.
Merc is gonna go, the oddest thing though, I don't understand. Normally my tail hits everything, but it feels odd. You gonna turn around,
It's not gonna be missing.
and there's just a piece of tail in the trees.
Yeah,
Like a
God.
gecko.
It'll grow back.
But yeah, no, Merc just will set the skull down, sit on it, and go, so, what's the plan going forward? Oh.
Millie's gonna be like, we're gonna hold on to that with your for your life because it's now worth that's worth.
Adelaide, the whatever thing was, is gonna
That's a lot.
gesture to get people to get on her back, and she's gonna try to get Resig to jump on the back, and then she's gonna try to grab Millie and fly up.
You're not gonna be able to carry everybody.
She wants to make 2 trips.
Just the 2 of them.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna fly up.
Yep, drop them on the top, come back, get the other 2.
Okay, how long can you stay in wild shape?
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay. Okay, I like this.
Merely will
Before you do
explain to
that,
the party before anything happens and say there are more of the things that you are up there. One tried to bite me. It was not a fun time.
Okay, well, she can't really speak, but she'll nod.
Okay. Who are you taking up first?
Resig and Millie.
Okay.
Millie is going to have, at all times, ready a firebolt. I am ready for action.
Okay. Well, let me
Actually, I'll
Let me
change it
say
to
this.
frost. A ray of frost. That way it's slowed,
As-
and they don't understand why they're cold.
So as you've all all this has transpired, Merc gets crushed by the skull and stuff. Gets brought back, picks up the skull, comes over. You guys are now kind of on the edge of this river here. Trees all covering above you and whatnot. The Merc comes and kind of sets the skull down on a rock, and as he's talking with you, and the Pretzelotopus, I guess, is just doing charades to tell you to get on their back. You guys notice that the skull is starting to move away.
The fucking what now?
The skull is starting to move away at a very slow little pace.
Like it stood up for a second, and you see legs like.
No.
It's just-
As in, it was just sitting there on this rock, and then as you guys were talking, and the Pretzelotopus is probably just trying to get you guys on its back. It just starts to slide.
Mark is going to grab both ends of the horns because it's a black dragon, and he's just going to start no.
You feel it met with some resistance.
Something's trying to take my skull.
You see anything there moving it besides Burke holding it?
Do you just watch the skull, or do you pick it up?
Well, I was seeing if we see anything moving it, or is it just moving on its own.
No, it just seems like it's moving on its own.
I'll help Merc. I'll take his lead.
Yeah, Merc just starts
You guys,
pulling it
Top of the
back.
hand.
you guys can position yourself where you are. This is the rock I was referring to.
Okay.
The skull here.
I need to transform Adelaide.
Really, I was gonna say it
So-
would probably be next to Merc, but he would have probably run over and gotten it without me having to be next to him.
Want to point out while Merc was down, I did roll an Averray, and I got a 92.
Yeah, I saw that. Insane. Too bad you're still alive.
Yeah, those stats are fucking
I'm
crazy.
gonna. I need to move Adelaide because she's so freaking huge.
Somewhere in this jungle is just the most ripped, fucking roided out lizard folk just
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah, I guess I get to use that guy for one of my guys.
100%. You should make it's a lizard folk ranger. Go ahead. You have
There
my
you go.
blessing.
This thing is slowly moving towards the water. The skull. What do you do?
Merc is gonna
grab
like,
it.
cause he's still grabbing it. He's gonna manipulate it and try to see if like there's like a string or a rope or something attached to it.
Yeah, you're just kind of like looking around it. There's nothing attached to it. It's just slowly sliding towards the water.
I think
Merc,
if Merc's
no!
holding the
This
if
is
Merc's
mine!
holding the horns, I would probably move like opposite and try and like push it back. I guess opposite.
Okay.
Wherever that would be.
So with the both of you holding onto it, and so Merc's pulling it, you're pushing it, it stops moving.
Is there any particular reason
That's
you
good.
have such a fascination with this skull that we can't just let it go?
Merc will go, I don't know, it just speaks to me.
It's a dead skull.
Billy under her breath,
If
at
it
least
starts
didn't speak
speaking
to
to you,
me.
we may have some concerns. Just
Merc will like
let's
jiggle
just
its
pick it
head
up
like to make it open
move
and
it
close, and he goes,
away.
"Save me, Merc, save me!"
Let's just pick it up and move it over there, away from the stream. I don't know.
Merc will start pulling the opposite direction, try to take it away from the water.
Resic will pick up his end and carry it that way.
So you lift it up off of the rock?
Yeah.
To move it? Okay, so you lift it up and you move it, and you set it back down, and as you do so, you look at the rock, which is now having some weird looking like goo come out of it on the bottom of it, like some sort of slime. And as you settle this skull down and turn back towards it, a head emerges with these two little spiked eye stalks. And as it sees you, multiple spiked stalks start to emerge from its body as a flail snail appears. And I need you guys to roll initiative.
Belongs to me, snail.
It says.
That's a 7 total.
$12.
18 for me.
18 for me as well.
20 for Adelaide.
Alright, we going here.
Yeah, this is music, fight music for a snail fight. This is about to be some high intense, high octane speed fight.
It is. You've never seen a snail move so fast. Alright, so the first person to react is Adelaide as this large snail appears.
She's not on the tracker for some reason, though. At least on mine.
What?
Adelaide is. She's huge.
Like a huge.
She's. Yeah. She's going to move she'll probably she'll try to move and then she'll just bite at it. I don't think she does. That is. Oh, that's a 9 to bite.
Yeah, as you try to strike at it, it quickly sucks back into its shell, and you just hit that hard rock-like exterior, and it has no effect. All right.
She'll probably fly a little bit up off the ground.
How high?
Uh, 30 feet.
30. All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right, let's keep it going. Restig.
All right. Time to get swole. I think this. I need to rest because I think this is my last one of these for the day. As he focuses on the runes in his armor and weapon, and he grows extra big, not extra wide. I needed both dimensions to be bigger. It's very insulting. It's not extra wide. All right. And then he's gonna turn on this thing and give it a whack.
Whack.
Whack number 1. Oop. I just need that. Nope. Go wait. Plus 8. That's a 16 plus 8. So 24.
24. We'll hit.
Alright, G68 plus 5. 7, 12, 17 points of piercing damage.
17 points. Okay, let's see. Alright, as you strike into it, you kind of catch one of its appendages, and you watch as it like shrinks back into its body, and kind of like turns a darker color.
All right. Second attack. 12 plus 8, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Max on the dice, so that's 13. Yeah, 13 points of piercing damage.
13 points.
And then
Okay.
I sit here and wait
Uh,
as I strike out it with the war pick and then bring the shield up and try and keep its attention on me.
okay. As you strike into it, again, another one of those stalks shrinks back into its body and becomes a dull color. I am going to use an order die here. And at the end of your turn, I am going to need everybody. I don't need. Wait. In addition, any creature within the bright light. So everybody within 30 feet of the snail, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Everybody but Millie. Well, actually, sorry. Millie and Adelaide will get a +1 because they're an aura.
So Adelaide is out of this.
Yeah, she's 30. Oh, yeah.
So
Said wisdom
she's
save?
30 foot up. Yeah, wisdom save.
Uh,
As the shell on the back of this thing flashes a bright light.
is this a charm thing?
Nope.
All right. So +1, you said, Merc?
Yeah, because you're an aura.
Does Adelaide have to roll too?
No, Adelaide, you were fine. You were just out of the range.
That is with the +1, a 16 for Ressig.
Okay. So Merc and Restig both pass as this flash of light hits all of your eyes. It's sober. It's like a flashbang going off, like right in front of your face. And Millie and Zurag are stunned.
No shit.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah,
And you
are
used
stunned
disorder
until
die for that, right?
Yes, I did. I already gave you y'all's.
Ah, I
hit.
see it.
Yep, you guys are stunned until that light ends. So Zurag, that is your turn. You are stunned, so you're just hanging out. Millie, same for you. You're Merc.
Merc,
Takes
you did it
control
in
of the light, now the light
initiative?
controls me.
That's horrifying. Well, I heard I can swing away at it, so here we go. Cast. Bonk. 25 to hit.
25 does hit.
Bonk.
Okay.
Hiya. 24 to
And
hit.
successful bonk.
Get him. 11 points of bonk damage.
Right. Still standing, but looking very, very hurt.
A bonus action. Merc will pat the skull. It's for good luck.
Okay. Alright, that's going to be the flail snail's turn. Flail snail is going to... has 2 of its eye stalks dead. Let me just double check whenever... actually, it will have... yeah, it has 3 eye stalks dead. Merc, you knock one of them down. So it only has 2 left. It is going to smash you got both Ressig and Merc one time. So we'll do, let's say 21 to hit Ressig.
It hits.
And only an 8 to hit Merc.
Doesn't hit. Unless it's gonna
That's 4.
endanger the skull.
That's 4 points of bludgeoning damage to Ressig. And then as a bonus action, this thing sucks back into its shell. Adelaide, that is your turn.
She's gonna try to do a flyby.
Alright.
She's gonna come 30 feet down, try to bite it. I have
Because we're fighting
advantage?
it.
Why?
Yep, because
Oh.
everybody's fighting it.
Oh, why they're fighting? That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 just hits.
Just hits. Okay, so it's 3d6 plus 2. Because I flew 30 feet, it adds extra 3d6. So that's 6,
Okay.
3, 6 D6s. 1, 2,
Are,
3.
are you having a stroke? What was that?
Yeah.
360,
6, 3, 60, 7, 2, 8, 9.
It's better than clear yogurt, clear, whatever I put in the list today. Okay, so that's 10 and 10, 16, 22, 27 points of plus 2, 29 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so you fly down, grab this thing up in your beak, and it has a little bit of resistance as it's like suctioned to the ground a bit, but you pull it up, and as you have it in your beak, you crunch down, and it cracks the shell, and then you get right to the nice little softy gooey bits on the inside, as the flash of light is now gone, and you have a nice escargot meal for lunch. And the creature
He's
is
gonna
dead.
go what? What? What?
And the creature is dead. And Millie and Zurag are no longer stunned.
Hey, look, Merc, we have another thing for you to carry around. Let's take the shell with us.
Merc will turn and go, "Do you think so? We could."
I mean, it had a pretty cool little magical effects, but I don't know if we could.
It's a very sizable shell. I don't know how well we could all fit in there, but it could be a shelter while we camp.
Not that big.
Is it possible?
I'll
I know
just,
you said
propose
that
shelter.
Adelaide cracked the shell. Would there be a big enough, not a gargantuan fucking chunk that Merc is carrying around of the skull? Is there a big enough chunk of this that could potentially be taken and fashioned into a normal size shield? Just like
For sure.
a good chunk of it that's not going to weigh me down and have disadvantage on everything. Enough extra meat on it to work, but not super big.
Yeah, for sure.
I will do what I can to salvage as much of the shell as I can without overburdening myself.
All right, roll me a survival.
Okay. Pretty good on that. 15 plus 6, 21.
21. Yeah, you're easily enough. You're able to kind of salvage enough of this shell that you could, with some work, fashion it into a shield. You'll have to either attach leather bands for the arm holds or hand holds and stuff like that, but you now have a piece of flail snail shell. And as you guys are standing here collecting the shell, you can hear what sounds like singing coming from across the river through the woods a bit. It's a rather deep voice, but it seems to be jovially singing.
Millie would like to collect some of the snail goo.
Okay.
Snail meat.
I mean,
Canonically speaking, snail broth is said to encourage regeneration of wound healing. Reduce redness in skin and make skin nice and smooth.
Yeah, easy enough. Get some snail goo. What do you keep it in?
I have.
All your vials currently have hydra venom in them.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Well, we have an extra water skin. Put it in there. The one that looks
you,
different than all the rest.
So you grab the water skin, kind of like squeeze it, and just hold up the nozzle to the goo, and just like let it go, and just
Yuck.
sucks in a big old thing of goo.
Chug some water real quick. Ask if anybody else wants some. Put the snail goo in.
Accidentally chugs the snail goo.
No.
At some point during this journey, one of us is gonna get really thirsty and get the the water skins mixed up. You know this is going to happen,
She's gonna
right,
take out her
Millie?
handkerchief and just tie a little thing around it. This is the snail goo.
You guys notice that singing seems to be getting closer.
Do we think?
Would Adelaide have noticed this singing? Has she ever heard this before? Or...
It doesn't sound like anything that you've heard before. It just sounds like somebody walking through the jungle, singing a song.
One voice?
Yep.
Language? Can we hear the language, or is it just
Common?
too far?
It sounds common.
Hmm. We have a giant dinosaur with us. I don't think we're exactly inconspicuous.
There are dinosaurs of that exact type up there.
Well, how wide is this river? Is this map accurate, or is this just
Accurate.
okay? Do we want to hide and see who it is, or do we want to just let it pass by?
I'm not opposed to asking for directions.
Merc will sit down on the skull and he thinks for a moment and he goes, "Maybe they're a traveling merchant. We let you talk to them, Ressig, and we see where they flee to. We could follow them."
Seemed to work out well for us last time. I think I can manage. Yeah, I will. You said it's getting closer?
Yep.
I will stand so I am at the edge of, like, visible at the edge of the river. But obviously and probably shoot Adelaide back into the bushes a little bit. And just kind of stand there and wait. And just keep listening.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Merc is
Apparently, this huge Adelaide is trying to hide.
Cover your
He's
face.
Yeah.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
Merc isn't gonna insult anyone's intelligence by trying to hide. He is just sitting on the skull. He will like reach in his bag and he pulls out like his pipe, and he holds it up and like the pipe's front end just falls off, broken from the fall. He just looks at it, spikes it into the ground.
Willie will go over to the water's edge too, just in case we need the extra convincing.
I think Ressig's good at talking to people.
Pull out the bucket out of her bag of holding and start filling it up with water.
Greg's just gonna watch our backs.
Okay. So as the Pretzelotopus tries their best to hide, give me a stealth roll with disadvantage there. Millie and Ressig.
Well, I
both go to
have
the water's
advantage.
edge.
on stealth because I could use either my skills or the thing skill.
Oh yeah, you're
So
right. So
would it be just a
give it
regular
to-
roll?
Yeah, I'll take it flat.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay, so somehow you're doing a bang up job of hiding. Like you think you get behind some trees and just like angle your arms and your neck a bit to look like branches and stuff. And and Resting and Millie are at the water's edge. Millie, you kneel down to get some water from this river that flows in front of you. Merc, you're kind of just sitting there, fiddling with a broken pipe while Zura keeps watch. And Resting and Millie, as you guys are at the water's edge, you see slowly coming into view, coming through. You see, you see their trunk at first, followed by an impressive set of ivory tusk and gray skin that is painted with a bit of a like a tribal looking mask on their face, huge ears, as a anthropomorphic elephant, or a loxodon as they're known in D&D, stumbles forward wearing all sorts of mossy beads. He has a feathered headdress and a bunch of tribal sashes on him. And he seems to be carrying like a censer in his tusk, and it's just waving it in front of him. And there's like a sweet smelling aroma that wafts off. And as you smell it, like you automatically begin to like feel calm. And following behind him as he leads it out is an ankylosaurus, which is pulling a large cart made out of a massive tortoise shell. And as this creature steps out, he sees you standing there at the water's edge and is like, "Oh, I didn't know people would be here. Hello, friends. I am Zanu, the wandering merchant." And that is where we will end tonight's session, with me giving inspiration to Chug for calling a wandering merchant, and for the hopes that Resting will scare him off.
That was
I will get this skull out.
That was fun. Well, are you implying you're getting this skull out by
That was
taking
insane.
dude's cart? That way you don't have to carry it anymore?
Wow, his cart is an ankylosaurus.
No, his cart is a
Then we'll have
giant
like
tortoise
3
shell.
skulls.
Being pulled by the dinosaur.
Yes.
Yep.
Well,
Would you like to go back in time with us, buddy?
No, I would not.
That sounds like it will suck a lot.
Yeah. But
Hello
we
there.
will pick up there next Sunday. You guys can thoroughly meet Zanu, and we'll see where the adventure takes us.
that took entirely too goddamn long on that bridge. Why?
Yeah. Yep. And you could have just had Merc go first the whole time, and then we could have just skipped it all and just fallen to the bottom of this ravine.
I remember suggesting that.
I know, but the person who crossed, it made sense for them to go until we all came to the realization of making athletics checks. Adelaide was not the one to pick.
I should have just flown.
I
They should have just flown down there. Okay,
Well,
it's
we
fine.
survived somehow.
Yeah.
But we will pick up there next Sunday. To my
Thank
players, thank you very much. Especially you there, Chug, for making that fucking ridiculous.
I was committed.
But wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thanks to chat. But we will see you next Sunday. I think we're missing one tomorrow, so might have a random one-off coming up tomorrow, or we might just have an off day. We'll discuss that off chat here. But from us here at Disorderly Decisions, I am Vader the Mad. I wish you all a good night. We'll see you next time.
Hear me out. I just made a level 8 kobold barbarian
You don't need another fucking barbarian.
named
Anyway.
Claybone.
Thank you all for watching.
Nice.
Take care and have a good night.
Good night.
Right.